Alright, hey guys, this is April 17th, Friday, made it through another week. So this lesson starts on page 433. So page 433 and read through 434. So 433 through 434, short lesson, and we're going to pick up on the next lesson and read a few things just to kind of keep us moving. But right now, just read 433 and 434. Alright, so on page 433, this is a echinoderm and a rotifer. And so starfish, sea urchins, and sand dollars, sea cucumbers, and brittle stars, similar to a starfish but with thinner rays, are spiny-skinned animals or echinoderms. The phylum name it gives there literally means hedgehog skin. So hedgehog skin. All are marine animals and all have spines that grow from a mesh-like internal skeleton made of calcium carbonate. Most have a somewhat flattened central disc from which flexible arms or rays radiate. And as adults, they exhibit a five-sided radial symmetry. Radial symmetry we actually just did in geometry recently. That pretty much just means it's symmetric about any way you rotate it. It's another definition there would be rotational symmetry. And so you can keep rotating it and the symmetry is going to stay the same. So it gives, the spines may be long, as in the such urchin or sea urchin, or very short, as in the sand dollar. Most echinoderms have somewhat flattened central discs from which flexible arms or rays radiate. So that's important. Echinoderms are the only animals with water vascular system or complex system of water-filled tubes that extends throughout the body. This system is used in a sensory perception, feeding a respiration. Starfish is the best known echinoderm, and they have a body that resembles a five-pointed star. Starfish generally have 5 arms or rays, which extend from a central disc like spokes in a wheel. Some starfish have as many as 20 rays, though. At the end of each ray is a small light-sensitive eye spot. And again, the figure here on page 433 is important to kind of orient yourself about what we're actually talking about. On the underside of it, each ray are 2 double rows of tube feet, which are usually for holding onto things, for moving, and for opening the shells of clams and oysters. So that's page 433. Page 444 here talks about, it gives you a little bit more definition on the starfish you can read through. I'm going to skip down to the rotifer. It says, perhaps the smallest multicellular animal are the rotifers, which are microscopic invertebrates found in freshwater lakes. And so it gives you a little bit of detail there. I'm going to skip over to basically the right-hand column there for the definition. It says the sexes are separate and reproduction is sexual. Some of the female eggs are parthenogenic, which that is they require no fertilization, so some of them do not require fertilization. These eggs are laid in the summer. The eggs laid in the winter, on the other hand, require fertilization to be viable. These eggs are different from the summer eggs because they are protected from freezing by a thick shell. And so that'll get us through that section. I need you to do questions 1 through 5 on page 434. So you go ahead and stop and do 1 through 5 on page 434. All right, now that you have that done, we're going to skip on to the next section, just read a couple pages just to keep us on pace and moving along. On page 435, I need you to read page 435 through 437. So go ahead and read that on section 21.3. All right, continuing on here, this deals with colenitrates and sponges. So the phylum is also known as a Cnidaria after the stinging cells or cnidites that the organism possesses, and this is talking more like for jellyfish and anemones, so which have stinging cells. Most live in the shallow warm waters of tropical seas, but hydras live in freshwater. So coelentrates have a sac-like body with a central digestive cavity that has a single opening or mouth through which food enters and waste are expelled. So that's important. The body of a coelenterate is made of 2 larger layers, the ectoderm and the endoderm. Continuing on, there it says a polyp is a cylindrical body type that is sessile and has its mouth facing upward. Examples of the polyp form as hydras, sea anemones, and corals. A medusa is a free-swimming umbrella-shaped body type that has its mouth facing downward. Top of page 435 says a hydra is a small, less than half of an inch freshwater considerate of the polyp form. Kind of gives you a few things on there. We'll skip to 436 here. Jellyfish is a free-swimming one with the medusa type of body structure. Its mouth is located at the center of the umbrella, and its tentacles hang down around the rim. The tentacles of a jellyfish are equipped with synodytes with which it paralyzes its prey and defends itself. And then page 437 talks about a sea anemone, which are named after the daisy-like flower called the anemone. Sea anemones are comparatively large marine conglomerates that have a polyp type of body. The mouth is located at the top of the organ. And then corals is a colonial callinetrate. In body structure, corals are very much like miniature sea anemones, except that the corals produce a limestone. And then because of millions of corals live together in colonies, the limestone cups eventually form vast limestone structures called coral reefs. So that'll finish up for today. We'll finish up reading on Monday. And so hope you all have a good weekend, a good day, and we'll see you next week. So just if you have any questions, make sure you get up with me, and we can kind of talk about it or whatnot. But that'll be it.